Dear students, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, based on the time zone at presently you are staying. First of all, I welcome all of you for our YouTube channel. You know very well, I am Selvamani Krishnamurthy, your information technology teacher who is sitting in front of you. This is Java GUI video lesson number 12. In this lesson, we are going to study about weekday finder. You know very well what do you mean by weekdays? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, like this. Based on these weekdays, we are going to create one small GUI applications in Java. So as usual, I like to share my screen so that it will be easy for you to understand. I hope my screen is visible to all. Good. GUI programming in Java, Java GUI video lesson number 12. See, to before proceed today, weekday finder application, let us study if else if and then radio button. This radio button already we studied. Anyway, we can recap. If else statement, if else if statement, two statement. One is if else, another one is if else if statement. In if else statement, we are having only one condition, two set of statement. That already in previous lesson we studied. If the condition is true, statement block follows if will execute. If the condition is false, statement block follows else will execute. This is what we studied in Java GUI video lesson number 11. Now we are going to study about if else if. Whenever there are more than one condition, not one single condition, more than one condition, better we can proceed with if else if statement. See how it works. Syntax is first if is there, after that one expression. If the expression is true, statement one will execute, rest are skipped. What it means? If the expression 1 is gives true, the statement 1 which follows if will execute. Rest of them everything will be skipped or ignored or discarded, nothing to worry. If expression 1 gives true, means statement 1 which follows if will execute, rest of them everything will be skipped. If expression 1 gives false, then it comes down. Else if. The expression 2 will evaluate. If expression 2 is true, the statement 2 which follows else if will execute. Rest of them will skip. Like this, it will go one by one. Is it clear? Okay. What will happen if all expression gives false? Expression also false, expression 2 also false, expression 3 also false, so on up to expression n also false. Then statement else follows else will execute. Very simple. If expression 1 is true, statement 1 will execute, rest are skip. If expression 2 is true, statement 2 will execute, rest are skip. If all expressions are false, statement else block will execute. This is the usage of if else if statement. Here more than one condition. Here one expression, so on up to n number of expression, n number of statement block. Good. Now let us study jRadioButton. Radio buttons are used to provide several choices and allows user to select one of the choices. Radio button provides several choices. For example, gender status we need to select male or female. Out of these two, anyone user can select. Am I right? In this case, we can go for radio button. Radio buttons are group of buttons in which only one button at a time can be selected. For example, male is a one radio button, female is another radio button. If you select male, automatically female will deselect. If you select female, automatically male will deselect. This radio button has one method that is called isSelected. Is selected, yes, should be capital letter. Is selected is a method of radio button. It returns true if the radio button is selected, otherwise false. So is selected, check the status of the radio button. So is selected gives true only if that particular radio button is selected, otherwise it returns false. See the next statement. It is necessary to associate all radio button in button group. So before proceed to radio button, we have to create one button group. All radio button should be associated with the button group. The button group takes care of unselecting the previously selected radio button when the user select another radio button in the group. For example, we are having one button group 1. The button group 1 is associated with male radio button, female radio button. Then whenever we select male, automatically this female radio button will be deselected. That work will be carried over by button group. Button group is an invisible component. We need to add button group in our form, but it is invisible. Radio button will be visible. I hope is it clear? All of you understand how if-else if statement works, and then what are the usage of jRadio button and a button group. Now let us proceed with weekday finder. See, this is the design view. We are having one form. That form has 7 radio button. Day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6, day 7. You know very well, day 1 means Monday. Day 2 means Tuesday. Day 7 means Sunday. Am I right? Like this. 2 buttons. Weekday finder 1 button, J button 1, stop 1 button. This is J text field 1. Editable false, enable false. That means you should not type inside J text field. You should not edit inside J field 1. But it will show, it will display some values, some text. That means how it works. Better let us proceed with the output, then we can proceed. See, all buttons not selected. Assume we didn't select any button. All 7 radio buttons are not selected. Now, when I click weekday finder, the J text field 1 need to display day not selected. This is first out. Okay, fine. Then, if I select J radio button 1, that is day 1. After selecting day 1, J radio button 1, when I click weekday finder, the J text field 1 should display Monday. Am I right? Because I selected day 1. Am I right? In similar way, if I select day 2, now I am selecting day 2. After selecting day 2, that is J radio button 2, when I click weekday finder, the text field needs to display Tuesday. In same way, if I select day 3, after that click weekday finder, it should display Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, like this. If I didn't select any button, all buttons are not selected. Once I click this J button 1, it should display not selected. Is it clear? This is what our expected output. Okay, now we will see how it works. You know very well, if nothing is selected, all radio button 1 to 7 not selected. Once I click button 1, it should display day not selected. When I select radio button 1, that is day 1, after selecting day 1, once I click weekday finder, the text field should display Monday. This is what our expected output. By using radio button is select method and then if yes if statement we can do it. This is the program. Let us see. So J button 2, J button 2, you know very well. This is J button 2. When I click this J button 2, our program, our application should stop. Pro system.exit of 1. Many times we study. This is J button 1. That is weekday finder. When I click J button 1, what need to happen? See it here. You need to check where we are using if else if statement. Many condition. All many condition. Either we can select day 1 means Monday. Day 2 means Tuesday. Day 3 means Wednesday. It should load like this. Okay. We need to select either radio button 1 is selected or not. Or radio button 2 is selected or not. That is why we are having if else if statement. check here. First, we are checking if J radio button 1 dot is selected. Is selected means what? Is selected returns true when the particular radio button is selected. Otherwise, it returns false. Is it clear? For example, assume this radio button 1 is selected. This radio button 1 is selected. That means J radio button 1 dot set selected. This returns true. True means what will happen? This statement will execute. The statement follows if will execute. What is the inside? J text field 1 dot set text. Already we studied set text Monday. That means Monday will be displayed in J text field 1. Here J text field 1 will display Monday. What will happen if I selected day 2? All are same button group. That means the day 1 previously selected will be unselected or not selected. Now I select day 2, automatically day 1 will be deselected. So radio button 1 dot set select is selected, it returns false. Then control will come here. J radio button 2 dot is selected. Now it is true because we selected J button 2. So this condition becomes true. If the condition becomes true, means this statement will execute. J text field 1 dot set text of Tuesday. That text field will display Tuesday. In similar way, if we select day 3, automatically previously selected one, that is day 2, will be deselected. Then this condition becomes true, false. This also false. This will come. Now is selected is set. Now we selected J radio button 3 is selected. It returns true. It displays Wednesday. Same procedure. If day 4 selected, it returns true. It will accept. If day 5 selected, all previously selected 4 will be deselected. Friday will be displayed. If 6 is selected, 5 will be automatically deselected. 6 dot is selected returns true. Saturday will be displayed in the text field. If 7 is selected, previously selected 6 1 will be deselected. So J radio button 7 dot is selected. It returns true. Sunday will be displayed in the text field. What will happen if nothing is selected? All are deselected. Nothing is selected. All radio button, J radio button 1 to J radio button 7. All are not selected. This also false, this also false, this also false, 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 false. In this case, statement follows else will execute. What is inside? Day not selected. That will be displayed in this text field. That you must understand. Okay. Now just briefly we can explain what we studied today. Is selected. It is a method of radio button returns true if radio button is selected, otherwise false. If J radio button 1 dot is selected, this condition check whether the first radio button is selected or not. J text field 1 dot set text of Monday. Display Monday if the first radio button is selected. That is what we studied. Else if J radio button 2 dot is selected. It checks whether the second radio button is selected or not. J text field 1 dot set text of Tuesday. It display Tuesday if second radio button is selected. In same way, radio button 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We need to work. So last one is J text field 1 dot set text of day not selected. Okay. It displays day not selected if none of the radio button is selected. Is it clear? I hope everything understand. Now let us demonstrate the same GUI application in front of you using Apache NetBeans so that it will be easy for you to understand. Go. Please be patient with 1 or 2 minutes. So once Apache NetBeans open, we need to create new project. Under new project, we need to create one form. Then we need to insert or add 7 radio button. Before that, we need to add one button group. So one button group, that is invisible component. Then we need to add 7, 1 to 7 radio button. All radio button should be associated with the button group. So now it's open. I'm creating new project. Simply click next. I give here Java by 12. So please make sure this check mark should be removed. So new application project is created. Right click. First, I need to add one form. Right click on source procedure package, new JFrame form. Here I can give a form Java by 12 or whatever name you want to give for form, you can give. Click finish. Good. So one form is created. First, I need to give one title for my form. Better we can small resize it. I think this size is enough. I want to assign one title for the form. So now we are in form title here. We can go weekday finder. Well run, we can see weekday finder as a text in title. Fine. After that, I want to add one button group. So button group will be here. Radio button group. This is, I place it here. Please make sure I added button group, but it is invisible. You cannot see, but it is there. Then I need to add radio button. 7 radio button I want to add. First radio button, better I can give here button group I need to select. This is button group 1. I need to select. Similarly, I want to select another radio button. Here, better I can put all radio button. Then we can go for formatting. 3 over 4, 5, 6, 7. Now for this button already I gave button group 1. So now rest of them I selected with the help of control button, more than one button. Now I need to apply button group. For all button, the button group should be button group 1. That means all 7 button I applied button group 1. Now I need to select this one. Here font size we can adjust as usual. Bold, I think 14 is better. Good. Now title, I mean text. Instead of J button 1, it should be displayed as J1. In same way, I can select all buttons, all radio buttons. I can assign font size 14 and then bold. Finish. Now for second radio button, I need to type text as day 2. In same way for third radio button, I typed text as day 3. Similarly, radio button 4, day 4. Radio button 5, day 5. Radio button 6, we can give day 6. Last one for radio button 7, base 7. So far no problem, everything fine. Let us check. So it's not properly aligned. Good. These three I can select by using control button and then align. So I hope everything fine. Better I can put this button small down. Good. So after that, I need two button. Button 1 for weekday finder, button 2 for stop. So button, here I can add one button. I can make it a somewhat bigger. Good. One more button for stop. Here I can add. Then I can resize somewhat for stop. Good. I think so. Both we can assign. Bold as well as 14. Good. Here weekday finder. Instead of J button 2, you should be weekday finder. Instead of J button 2, its text should be stop. Stop. Fine. Under this, I need one text field. Text field. The text field should display, but we cannot edit. So as usual, we can assign font size bold and then 14. No problem. The text should not display. Whatever is going to display in text field should be center alignment. Then editable should be false. We should not edit. We should not type. So it should be enabled. Should be false. Both finish. Fine. Now let us check. Only design we finished. We added 7 radio button, 2 button, 1 text field. So we got it. Here we cannot, this text field is there, but we cannot type, we cannot select. Okay, by clicking day 1 is selected. Once I click day 2, day 1 is deselected. Okay, whenever click one radio button, previous radio button is deselected. That's also fine because we are adding into all radio button under button group 1. Now stop and weekday finder. First we will finish coding for stop. Whenever I click stop, our guide program should close. It is very simple. If I can put it here somewhat big. Okay. So now stop, I double click. That is J button 2 here. When I click J button 2, our GUI application should close. Very simple. Many times we studied system dot exit of 1. It close our GUI application. Let us check. Okay, fine, everything fine. When I click stop, it close fine. Now we need to create coding for button 1. This button. I double click here. Here only I need to create a program. What program? Already we studied this one. No need to worry about thinking it's a very big program, very small program. So first I need to create if else if statement. That means jRadioButton button 1 dot is selected. Already we studied is selected returns true only if the particular radio button is selected. In this case, if jRadioButton, that is for day 1, is selected, jRadioButton1 dot is selected returns true. If it is true means what will happen? So we need to display Monday in J text field 1. So J text field 1 dot set text. What text I need to display? Monday. Okay. So each and every solution will be ended with semicolon. Is it fine? Fine. After that, else if. That is what happened. If I selected second radio button, radio button 2 dot is selected. That means if you select second day 2, that is second radio button, automatically selected day 1 button will be deselected. Then J text field 1 dot set text off. Now I selected day 2. It should be Tuesday. Semicolon. Same thing I can copy paste because same coding, only button number need to change and then date need to change. Now I click third button. Third button means instead of Tuesday, it should be saved as Wednesday. Okay. Then fourth button. When I click day 4, that is J button 4 will be selected. It returns true. Then it should display as day. Now for fifth button. If I select fifth radio button, that is day 5, J radio button 5 dot is selected returns true. Then we need to display Friday. Then sixth radio button. If 6 radio button, that is day 6 is selected, J radio button 6 dot is selected returns true. Then I need to display Saturday. Last one, if a day 7 is selected, that means J radio button 7 is selected returns true, then it should display Sunday. So far, no problem. Last one is if all 7 radio buttons are not selected. At last, no button is selected, no radio button is selected. Then I need to display J text field 1 dot set text of day not selected. Day not selected. Semicolon. I hope everything fine. Let us check once again. When I click button 1, if J button 1 is selected, it returns true, it will display Monday. J button 2 is selected, then it will display Tuesday, fine. J button 3 is selected, that is day 3. It will display Wednesday. J button 4 is selected, Thursday. J button 5 is selected, Friday. J button 6 is selected, Saturday. J button 7 is selected, Sunday. No button is selected, then day not selected. Very good. Let us check. So very beginning, nothing is selected. All buttons are deselected. So when I click day, weekday finder, it should display day not selected. Am I right? J radio button 1 false, 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 false. All 7 radio button false. Then else is run. Okay, fine. Now let us check day 1. Now I selected day 1. I click weekday finder. In this case, this is true. Then Monday is assigned. Okay, fine. In same way, I can go for. Now I selected day 2. That means automatically day 1 needs to be deselected. Fine. Now I'm clicking weekday finder. Tuesday is displayed. How? This is radio button 1 dot is selected returns false. J radio button 2 dot is selected returns true. Then Tuesday will be assigned to J text field 1. Fine. In same way, I can proceed. Now I selected day 3, automatically day 2 is deselected. Expiry output Wednesday. Day 4 means Thursday. Day 5 means Friday. Day 6 means Saturday. Day 7 means Sunday. So everything fine. So now stop means program close. Is it clear? So I hope everybody understand this program very nicely. Is it easy? By simply seeing these messages big coding, you will confuse, but it is easily understand. Step by step, you need to follow. First, you must understand what do you mean by if, else, if statement, how it works. Then you must understand jRadioButton and button group. Other than everything is fine. I hope all of you enjoy this lesson. Today I stopped here itself. Next lesson, let us study something extra. Until then, thank you, student. Have a nice good day. Bye bye. See you.